speak about where we get our food from and how our food is produced, right, from the animal. So yeah, we're kind of just showing people the facts about how their food is made. Would you say you're against animal exploitation?
Yeah, I'm against it.
Yeah?
But I'm
buy these products?
I'm trying to turn myself into a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Vegan.
Yeah.
It's been,
Yeah.
But I'm reducing it a lot. But I still am not.
Yeah. Would you
But
say
it's
you're
nice to
against?
know.
Yeah, you would say you're against animal cruelty.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Do you think we pay for animal cruelty to happen when we buy these products?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's
Yeah, what you're watching right now is actually the egg industry. So I don't know if you know, but obviously only the females will lay eggs.
Yeah.
So the males in the industry are garbage. They don't make eggs. So this is what happens to the males. They put them, see, they take all the males, they throw them into the conveyor belt.
yeah.
And since they don't lay eggs as soon as they're born, I think they're about to show, but they're killed on their first day of life. So they're not raised or anything. Yeah, you see here. So this is all the males. And they get
They're
thrown
gonna be
into a
like-
big grinder while they're still alive. So unfortunately, this is what we pay for when we buy eggs. Do you think
my
if
God. I didn't
Yeah.
know that the egg was like this. I was only thinking about the meat.
meat, right? Yeah, that's what most people think.
Shit.
Yeah, most people think if you're not eating the animal, what's the harm to just take an egg or to just take the milk? But the problem is the whole industry is run off exploitation, right? So we use the animals for their eggs, we use them for their milk, right? And when they stop producing eggs and milk, they're also sent to the slaughterhouse and they're killed. And obviously you can see here their babies are killed. And the same thing with milk, right? The mothers have to have a baby first to make milk, just like a human. And of course, everything is a product, so we take that baby, we turn it into meat, we kill it and turn it into meat. And with the mother, we make her pregnant 3 or 4 times until she can't have babies anymore, and she's sent to the slaughterhouse and she's killed and used for burgers and things like that. You think if people had to watch this, or even kill an animal every time they bought meat or milk or eggs, you think they would still buy it, or?
I think they still would, because changing behavior is something that is really hard.
Yeah.
So, like in my country, a few months ago, some of these videos, like we saw the chicken babies. I don't know.
So this is actually the males. This is what I wanted to show you. So they go on the conveyor belt, and when they're still alive.
We saw something similar to this in Brazil, but it doesn't change people's behavior.
You're from Brazil?
Yeah.
So you know, of course, what's happening to the Amazon right now.
Yeah.
Do you know why it's happening?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Because of this. That's why, like,
Animal
I was
agriculture.
reducing it, but like since I've been here, I didn't eat meat, any meat.
Yeah?
Yeah, I quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that's because of the beef industry.
Yeah, I mean, every time we buy eggs or milk or meat, this is what we pay for, you know? Even though we don't see it or we don't think about it. I know.
Actually, people try to don't just not look at it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And you know, on the package it says free range, organic, cage free, you know, grass fed, all these words that make us feel better, make us feel like the animal was given a good life, right? You know, whatever it is, cage free or humane. But at the end of the day, I'll ask you, do you think there can be anything humane about slitting an animal's throat to eat its body?
Yeah, the thing is, I don't even believe this kind of words, because if we think like they have to sell a lot, so they don't have space, so to I don't know, grow them properly or do the thing properly, and I think it's like, of course it's not real, this kind of word, unless like you buy from a small farmer, like you see what happened, if you can ignore the part that you're killing, of course. Yeah.
Do you think if the animals, let's say they were given a very good life, and they're killed in the best way possible, so let's say one day they're sleeping, they don't know what's happening, and a gun to the back of the head, they don't feel a thing, and their life is just ended at a few years old. Do you think that could be justified if we can eat plants instead? So of course, let's say in a survival situation, then maybe we can make a case. But in a case like today in Toronto or anywhere really where we can go to the grocery store, do you think it can be justified to take the life of an animal when we can eat something else?
Actually, there's no justification. There's nothing that you can say that. Oh, of course, like if it's a life or death situation, But there's nothing that justifies. Just something for your conscience to be like. A little bit, But thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. And I'll just ask you one more question.
Okay.
Do you think if something can't be justified, that it should be discontinued?
Sure.
Yeah. And
but what people usually answer to you?
What, when I ask that? I get a lot of different answers. Most people say, we should stop. A lot of people will just think, we'll try to come up with reasons. So some people will say, but we've done it for thousands and millions of years, right?
That's not a good answer,
Exactly, right? We've done a lot of things for thousands of years that we now have stopped. Absolutely. And a lot of people will say it's part of their culture and tradition, right? But
like rape.
Exactly. You would be a good activist. You would help us. Honestly, because like if you're a good-hearted person, I can see this in you, and I think a lot of people are good-hearted people, and they're against animal cruelty, and they say they're against animal cruelty, but when they go and they buy these products, they're voting with their money and they're paying for animal cruelty, right? And I think that
we should be aware of it every time, but we tend to just look the other side.
And the only way, do you know the only way we could take a stand against these industries?
No, how? Please.
There's only one way, and that's to go vegan. Because veganism is a lifestyle that excludes all products that contain animals or the exploitation of animals. So if you don't mind, I know you want to go, but I'll just show you really quickly. So there's also dairy, meat, and products.
Just my friends are waiting for me.
I'll show you quick, 2 minutes. So here. So each side we show something different. So I think this is going to be for clothes, right? So for the winter jacket.
It looks a lot like my pet.
Yes.
My dog.
Yeah, they are dogs actually. Dogs are the same.
It looks like a wolf.
Yeah, well they're coyotes. I think they're coyotes or wolves, but they come from the same sort of family. So this is
just like my pet.
I know it's hard. It's hard to watch, and it's important to think if it's not good enough for our eyes to watch, can it really be good enough for our stomach or for our skin or for our clothing? This is like for pillows and blankets. All the feathers that they use. Most of it comes from China, where they do it while they're still alive. And then
so they can grow it back.
I think what they do is the reason they do this is because it's easier to pluck. And then to be honest, I'm not exactly sure why they do it while they're still alive, but And then here I'll just show you.
Okay, they are waiting for me.
Yeah. I would like to. So this, I'll just show you quickly. This obviously is meat, right? So this is like lamb. This is just at the slaughterhouse. So this is just standard practice. This is all legal. Nothing we show here is like. Some people will come and say, oh, but this happens once every million times. But no, this is what happens every day at a slaughterhouse. This is standard practice, and this is approved by all the big corporations. And then I'll just show you the last one on this side, which is going to be dairy. And
we're actually better off.
I saw a bunch of dairy farms in Brazil.
So this is going to be like goat milk and stuff like that. But I explained to you briefly, they have to make the cow pregnant, take away the baby so that we can have the milk, and then make her pregnant again and again, and then when she's done, obviously we kill her.
Baby?
Right? Baby, if it's a male, veal, so they're kept alive for 1 or 2 years, or 1 or 2 weeks, sorry, very young, and they're killed when they're babies. If she's a female, she'll grow up and have the same fate as her mother, which is being impregnated as soon as she's old enough, and then after a few times having babies, she's sent to the slaughterhouse and killed. So I mean, if I give you some resources to check this out, would you consider checking it out? Yeah, I'd love to.
Write it down.
Sorry, Paul, you have resource cards? Yeah, forgot to take them. Thank you.
Ah, you have. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll just explain to you. The best speech you will ever hear is a speech, right? It's a university lecture, and it's a very powerful speech. The guy presents himself very well, so I highly recommend this one. This was actually what got me to go vegan. If you're interested in health, What the Health is on Netflix. Also really good with doctors and stuff like that. You might know about the environment a little bit, but Cowspiracy is all about the environment and how this affects our planet. And then Dominion is just this kind of footage here that you're seeing if you want to show it to your family or friends, and if they ask you why you don't eat meat or why you don't eat eggs or dairy, you can show them this and it will show them this, right?
So can I suggest one for you to see?
Yeah, sure.
Actually, it's not entirely based on veganism or this, but it's called the Third Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
I just watched. Have you heard of it?
I've heard of it, but I don't think I watched what you watched.
Yeah, it's like a class of, economists, social economists. It's really good. It was about economy and.
What's it called? The Third Revolution?
The Third Industrial Revolution.
Third Industrial Revolution. I'll watch that. Thank you. So yeah, honestly, like I said, the first step, the only way we could be against all of this is to be vegan. And then once you do that and you stop in your life contributing to all of this cruelty, then the next step is to become active and to start fighting for the injustice that's happening every day, right? And to speak up about it and to take ownership and to let people know why it's wrong. And not just say, oh, I'm vegan because I choose to be, but no, I'm vegan because there's a problem with these industries and it's not justified, it's immoral, right? Thank you so much for talking to me. Have a lovely evening. What was your name?
Julia.
Julia?
And yours.
Beautiful. And Daniel.
Okay.
Nice to meet you. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Thank you.